Hi girls, this topic is about WAN technologies. A WAN of computers is constructed by interconnecting computers that are separated by large distances. For example, if you take a LAN technologies or a connection of computers that within a campus or a locality or within a kilometers. For example, if you take a college or university, if you connect all the computers of the universities together by means of LAN technology. But WAN is opposite to that LAN technology. A WAN of computers is constructed by interconnecting computers that are separated by large distances that may be located in different cities or even in different countries. In general, no fixed regular network topology is used for interconnecting the computers of a WAN. Different communication media may be used for different links of the WAN. For example, in a WAN, computers located in the same country may be interconnected by a coaxial cables or a telephone, for example, the telephone lines. But communication satellites may be used to interconnect two computers that are located in different countries. I repeat this again. In a WAN network, computers located in the same country. For example, if you are in India, the two computers within a country like India are interconnected by the coaxial cables. But communication satellites may be used to interconnect two computers that are located in two different countries. The computers of WAN are connected. The computers of a WAN are not directly connected to the communication channel, but are connected to hardware devices called packet switching exchanges, shortly called as PSE, which are special purpose computer dedicated to the task of data communication. So in this picture I shown you, this is the PSE, that is the packet switching exchanges. The computers within the WAN networks are not connected directly to the communication channel. Instead of that, the computers of the WAN are connected to the hardware devices that is called the packet switching exchanges, which are special purpose computers. This also the PSE is a special purpose computers dedicated to the task of data communication. The use of the PSE is for data communication. These special computers dedicated to the task of data communication. Therefore, the communication channel of the network interconnected the PSE. For example, this is in this picture you can see this is one PSE, this is one, and then this is one. All the computers are connected to the exchanges, not directly connected. Here the node A is not directly connected to the B is not directly connected to the E. Instead of that, all the nodes of the WAN technology connected to the packet switching exchanges. Through that, this PSE is a special purpose computers dedicated to the task of data communication. Okay, is it clear? Which actually perform the task of data communication across the network. A computer of WAN only interact with the PSE of the WAN to which it is connected for sending and receiving messages from the computers on the WAN. That means that a computer of the WAN interacts with the PSE of the WAN to which it is connected for sending and receiving the messages. If, for example, if we take this for the computer A, if you want to send a message to B, the A is not directly connected to B. The A send a message to this PSE, and then this PSE will transfer to the B. So like that, the messages are sent across this WAN technology. To send a message packet to another computer on the network, a computer send the packet to the PSE to which it is connected. The packet is transmitted from the sending computer PSE to the receiving computer's PSE, possibly via other PSE. The actual mode of the packet transmission and route used for forwarding a packet from its sending computer PSE to receive the computer's PSE depending on the switching and routing techniques used by the PSE of the network. So here you need a switching networks. Once again I repeat this. The computer A want to send the message packet to the B. It's sent through the PSE to which the LAN has this PSE. Through this PSC only, the two computers will communicate. So the packet is transmitted from the sending computer PSC to the receiving computer PSC. So the PSC needs switching techniques. The switching techniques in WAN are achieved by circuit switching or packet switching and message switching. In the WAN, communication is achieved by transmitting a packet from its source computer to the destination computer through two or more PSC. That means, what is the concept of PSC is packet switching exchanges. The PSC provides switching facility to move packet from one PSC to another until the packet reaches its destination. This is a PSC removes a packet from an input channel and places it on the output channel. Network latency is highly dependent on the switching technique used by the PSC of the WAN. Two most commonly used schemes are circuit switching and packet switching. So I will tell you the concept of circuit switching here. The circuit switching in large network, there might be a multiple path link sender and receiver. Information may be switched as it travels through various communication channels. There are three typical switching techniques available for a digital traffic: circuit, message, and packet switching. So circuit switching. Circuit switching is the technique that directly connects the sender and receiver in an unbroken path. It's like a telephone switching equipment. In this method, circuit switching, data transmission. Before the data transmission start, a physical circuit is constructed between the sender and the receiver computers during the circuit establishment phase. Telephone switching equipment, for example, establishes a path that connects the caller's telephone to the receiver's telephone by making a physical connection. With this type of switching technique, once a connection is established, a dedicated path exists between both ends until the connection is terminated. The circuit switching is like a public telephone system. In this system, when a telephone call is made, a dedicated circuit is established by a telephone switching office from the caller's telephones to the callee telephones. You people just imagine our past telephone networks. Today also we have BSNL landline phones. That is an example for the circuit switching. If you dial a number, that makes and establish a connection. If you dial a number, that is the connection establishment. After the connection establishment, a dedicated circuit is established by the telephone switching office from the caller telephone to callee telephone. Now, once this circuit is established, the only delay involved in the communication is the time required for the propagation of electromagnetic signal through all the wires and switches. While it might be hard to obtain a circuit sometimes, once the circuit is established, exclusive access to it is guaranteed until the call is terminated. The main advantage of circuit switching technique is that once the circuit is established, data is transmitted with no delay other than propagation delay, which is negligible. Okay. So with this type of switching, once a connection is established, a dedicated path exists between both the ends until the connection is terminated. Routing decisions must be made when the circuit is first established, but there are no decisions after that time. After the circuit switching in a network operates almost same as the way telephone system works. A complete end-to-end path must exist before communication take place. The computer initiating the data transfer must ask for a connection to the destination. For example, if a computer that want to send a message, that want to transfer a message, must ask for a connection to the destination, that means to the recipient. Once the connection has been initiated and completed to the destination device must acknowledge that is ready and willing to carry on the transfer. For example, if the sender machine send a request to the destination machine and wait for the acknowledgement, if the destination machine is ready to receive the message, it will send an acknowledgement to the sender machine. The advantages of this circuit switching is the communication channel is dedicated. The disadvantages are possible long way to establish a connection, because by using this type of circuit switching, you have to establish a connection between the sender and the destination. You have to wait for that. So that is one of the disadvantages. More expensive than any other switching techniques. Circuit switching is more expensive because it is a dedicated path. Is required for each connection. Insufficient use of communication channel, because the channel is not used when the connected system are not using it. And then with message switching, there is no need to establish a dedicated path between two stations. When the station send a message, destination address is appended to the message. This is the message switching, and then you only have the packet switching concept. The packet switching has been The packet switching can be seen as a solution that uses to combine the advantages of message and circuit switching and minimize the disadvantages of both. There are two methods of packet switching. Datagram are given here. In this method, instead of establishing a dedicated communication path between the sender and the receiver, the channels are shared the transmitted packets of the different sender-receiver pair. This is, the channel is occupied by the sender to receiver pair only while transmitting a single packet of the message of that pair. The channel may then be used for transmitting either another packet of the same receiver pair or a packet of some other sender-receiver pair. In this method, each packet of the message contains address of the destination computer, so that it can be sent to its destination independently of all other packets. So by using this route, the packet switching is the packets are sent according to any route. By using this, from A to B to C and A to B to D, and it reaches the destination like that. In both packet switching methods, a message is broken into smaller parts called packets. Each packet is tagged with appropriate source and destination addresses. You can say this. The message is divided into the packets. Each packet has the source and destination address. Since packets have a strictly defined maximum length, each packet have a maximum length, they can be stored in main memory instead of disk. Therefore, access delay and cost are minimized. Also, transmission speeds between the nodes are optimized. With the current technology, packets are generally accepted onto the network on the first come first served basis. If the network becomes overloaded, packets are delayed or discarded. That means it will be dropped. The size of the packet can vary from 180 bits, the size of the data kit, virtual circuit switch designed by the Bell Labs for the communication and business applications. So in packet switching, analog signal from your phone is converted to a digital data stream. That series of digital bits is divided into relatively tiny clusters of bits called the packets. That series of digital bits is divided into relatively tiny cluster of bits called packets. Each packet has its beginning, the digital address, a long number to the send. The system blasts out all those tiny packets as fast as it can, and they travel across the nation digital backbone system to the destination, the telephone, or rather the telephone system of a person you are calling. So the packet switching is mostly the whole messages are divided into small packets. That means bits are formed together. The digital bits is divided into relatively tiny cluster of bits, that is called the packet. Each packet has its beginning address and destination, and source and destination address. It will travel along the network. They do not necessarily travel together. They do not travel sequentially. They do not even all travel via the same route. The packets are not necessarily travel together. The packets do not travel sequentially. The packet don't even all travel via the same route. But eventually they arrive at the right point. That digital address added to the front of each string of the digital data, and at the destination or reassembled into the correct order, then convert to analog from your analog form.